Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Sarah, also known as LaughLoveLangella, and in today's video, I'm super excited to share some shelf styling inspiration. That's quite the tongue twister. I had mentioned it in a recent video if you guys would be interested in seeing that, and it was an overwhelming yes, please share some shelf styling. So I have this black cabinet in front of our staircase. It's blocking this little Harry Potter door that we have. Funny enough, I store all my Christmas trees in it. It's the perfect hideaway space. I only need to move the cabinet once, so it just makes sense, frankly. But I digress. I'm going to be styling the black cabinet today. It is a little more on the narrow side, but we have 3 shelves to work with. But the same principles can be applied if you have some open shelving in your home, if you have built-ins, a media cabinet of a sort. So I hope you guys get some good ideas and inspiration, and let's get right to it. So here is our living space. And then if you swing to the right, this is where we have that cabinet. So we have this little Harry Potter door under the staircase. It's actually really big. The door goes to about here, and the actual closet goes to here. It's really big under there. So I actually store all my Christmas trees in it, which is super helpful, but I don't like looking at the door. So I needed a place to put this cabinet. I got this on Facebook Marketplace, goodness, 4 years ago now. And this originally was from Target, and I painted the inside white. It definitely could use touch-up paint. This got all scratched up and stuff for me moving things around and whatnot, but this is what we are going to style today. So the best way for me personally to get started is to just lay out everything that I think I want to use in the space, or definitely want to use. For the purpose of this video, I'm only putting the stuff out that I'm actually putting in the cabinet, because otherwise this would take forever. But I'll put all my florals together. I'll put all of my stacking objects, all the vases and such, just to help me simplify it in my mind. But then I take it a step further too and write it down. I find it really helpful to just put pen to paper and jot this stuff down before I start my decorating. So I'll section it off, writing down what vases I have to work with, bowls, florals, etc. So that way I have an organized thought process before I start decorating. Then from there, I roughly sketch out where things will go. This cabinet has 3 shelves, so I'm just going to draw 3 lines representing that. And then where I gravitate the item to go, I'll draw it out. Obviously, you can use pencil instead, erase it, change it up. It just makes it easier for me to do this on paper rather than physically having to drag everything out of the closet, put everything down, put everything back. It saves me so much time when it comes to styling. So this cabinet is discontinued from Target. I will have some similar ones linked in the video description for you. And I'm just moving this lantern in front of the door because it will swing shut at me while I'm trying to decorate. Okay, so getting it started, I have my whole paper here, and what this really utilizes is being able to work through a lot of the clustering, making sure things are balanced before you actually get to styling on your shelves. So things I like to keep in mind: if I'm putting a round big object here, I don't want to put one right underneath it as well. So I want to kind of crisscross it. Same thing for squared, rectangular objects. You don't want to have all round on one shelf and then nothing on the next. But you also don't want to be stacking them on top of each other. We are styling each shelf as one shelf, but we're also looking at the big picture the entire time that we're doing it. So to get started, I like to do my big core items first. So I know I'm going to be utilizing this found wood tray. So I'm going to put this right down in the middle. This is definitely a little bit big for this cabinet, but I have a lot of stuff that's not meant exactly for the cabinet, but it still works with it. So we're gonna start off with this one. And then I know because I have this rectangular item here, I'm gonna wanna do a round one underneath it. So I have this bowl. This is from Studio McGee a few years ago with some pine cones in it. So it's nice and seasonal, but it's gentle. There's not full-blown pumpkins or anything. And we'll put that below it. So we're gonna start off with this bottom shelf here. So we have the pine cone bowl, and because it's round, I wanna bring in square objects. So I'm gonna grab this book box and put it to the side here. And I have this scalloped planter that I actually DIY'd for my topiary one. I love it. And we're gonna add this to help bring a nice dark tone, and add in these beautiful brown picks. These are hydrangea picks from Hobby Lobby. They're $2.99 and then 40% off, which is a great price. They have a bunch of different colors of these too. So we're gonna just add these in. And I like to just bend my stems rather than cut them, so I have options for how I want to style them in the future. You could always do a dried floral instead to give a little bit more depth. And then we're gonna add this family photo of us. This frame was older, from Hearth and Hand. It was from a couple Christmases ago. I really hope they bring them back because these are perfect for countertops and such. They're nice and dainty. There we go. Moving to the next shelf, we're gonna add these beautiful wooden jugs I had gotten at the antique store. And then I want to do another floral moment here. So I have all these little picks. These were from Hearth and Hand last year. I have two different ones. I have this like seeded looking one and some thistles. So we're gonna add these to the smaller one. Again, just kind of focusing on those darker tones that are neutral but perfect for the fall season. And I love how this brings a lot of texture. And I'm gonna add that cast iron rocking horse too. I did end up finding this on Amazon if you guys want to get one for yourself. We'll put this right here. And then because we have this little trio here that's nice and full and tall, I want to keep it nice and simplistic on this side. I have this faux antler. I actually got this on Mercari, but it was originally from Pottery Barn. So we're going to add that. And then add this little clay pot with the dried florals. I shared this in my living room, Decorate With Me, on my coffee table, and I'm obsessed with it. I think it's so cute. So we'll add that there for a nice soft touch. And then looking at the two of these shelves together, I feel like the bottom needs a little bit more, so I'm just gonna add this candle holder behind it. Just to give a little something to look at in the back. And don't be afraid to move things around, try things out. If it doesn't work, it's a-okay. Now, looking at the big picture with all three shelves here, I know I want to use another book box, and because I have this diagonal happening, I want to go this way now. So we're going to add the next book box here, and then I also want to add a round item to help balance out the space. So we're going to use this New England Landscapes book box. And then I recently found this little wicker pumpkin at HomeGoods, and it was only $9.99. I actually have a plan for this. I'm gonna be doing a HomeGoods shop with me and sharing the other items I picked up from there, but I thought that this was such a good find. And we're gonna add this to the book box. Then taking a step back, we have a lot of item groupings happening, so I want to go simple here and add some artwork. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to be using the art that I used in the living room Decorate With Me, but I'm going to be ordering something else here. I just didn't realize that I was going to go this route, and I do have another one of these frames, so we're going to put this in as well. And here is how it all finished out. I definitely might mess around with it a little bit more just because I have rectangle, 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 and a lot of this lighter brown happening. So I might mess around with it, but I am overall very happy with it. I don't do a lot of shelf styling, so it is still new territory for me, but definitely leave me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on how I did. So that is going to wrap up today's video, friends. I know that it was short and sweet, but I just wanted to be able to get some ideas out there to you guys. We've had a busy week. My son officially started school today on Wednesday, so we've just been hanging out and spending all the time that we could together before he started school. So that's why this video is coming out a day late. I just didn't want to take away from that, and I know you guys are awesome and will understand that. But again, let me know down in the comments how you think I did for the shelf styling. I will have my HomeGoods fall shop with me video coming up very soon, and then we will continue some more decorating ideas. As always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.